In this video, I am going to discuss in detail about Ielts speaking part 1. In the part 1, there are different topics relating to your personal opinion or personal best. So let's begin with part 1 in detail. So generally the part 1 it belongs to 4 to 5 minutes or it may be 6 minutes. It depends on the nature of question and answer that you give. There are maximum of 3 topics, 3 different topics, one of the topic may be from food, or another from place, or maybe another from gift. It may be different. The topic maximum they may ask you 2 topic. In each of the topic there are maximum of 4 questions. If the examiner asks you 2 topics, then there may be a 4, 5, 6 questions relating to your answer. The general format of part 1 is all related on you, all based on your personal opinion or personal base. These questions are just for the introduction and just give you introduce with examiner. Well, in all of the speaking section, these 4 points are main criteria to judge you, what is your fluency and current level, how you use a lexical resources, and what's the accuracy of your grammar, as well as the pronunciation also matters. In fluency currency, if you speak, you need to speak at length, or occasional self-correction are okay. Content related hesitation is also okay. Should not break fluency. Use connectives and linking words. Develop topics with giving some example and describe. In case of lexical resources, you need to introduce new words or new phrases, and also paraphrasing. Also precision, use of right word and use of other adjectives and adverbs, natural use of idiomatic language. In case of grammar, you must need to use a wide range of complex sentences. Occasional error are okay if not repeated. Slips one time, occasional error are okay. Error free sentences. In case of pronunciation, accent is not necessary. Accent is not needed. Easy to understand. Use wide range of pronunciation features like stress, intonation, chunking, clusters. Stay natural. Don't speak memorized word. Remember, don't speak remember word. There are different topics. There are 24 topics. There may be more topics, but these are the general topic. If you practice all of these type of topics, and then I definitely say that you can give good impression on the examiner, and you will get a good band score relating to part 1. There are 24 topics. Have a look. Hometown, neighborhood, work, study, friend, family, hobbies, food, sport, advertisement, place, shopping, music, clothes, health, education, film, time, holiday, happiness, flowers, newspaper, childhood, and dictionaries, transport, gift. In this type of topics, there may be some of the difficult topics like dictionaries, also childhood, newspaper, happiness are considered as difficult topic. You need to search this type of vocabularies relating to this type of topic, vocabularies in Google as well as other platform. For example, they may ask hobbies relating to question are: do you have hobby? Have you always had the same hobby? Did you have a hobby as a child? These are the general questions. Like in case of pet, do you have pet? Do most people in your country have pet? Why do people have pet? As well, in case of food, what is your favorite food? Have you always liked the same food? Is there any food you dislike? Like they are just sample questions. You must use linking words like but, however, while, beside, furthermore, moreover, addition, whereas, unlike, apart from that, if, yet, unless, although, despite, along with, also, as well as, because, so. On the other hand, you must use, it is the mandatory to use some of the linking words in your each of the answers. If you are going to tell about the food, in case of you must use apart from that is also suitable, also, but, however, it's all depends on you, all depends on you. Like there is a question relating to what's your favorite TV program? Well, in general, I would say I'm pretty fond of comedy shows. In particular, I'm really keen on watching Comedy Champions, which is uploaded on daily basis. And I guess this is because there are lots of talented comedians. In this answer, because it's also term that connected and it also contains some of the vocab. General sample questions. In case of hometown, they have a look. Where is your hometown? You must tell about it. Or what do you like about your hometown? Do you stay in your hometown? Do tourists visit your hometown? Do you dislike anything about your hometown? Has your hometown changed much since you were a child? Is your hometown peaceful to live in? Do you think your hometown is a good place to bring up your children? How could your hometown be improved? Also, in case of daily routines, do you usually have the same routine every day? When do you usually get up in the morning? What is your daily routine? What was your daily routine when you were a child? Do you ever change your routine? Do you people in your country follow same routine as yours? Do you think it is important to have a daily routine? Will your routine change in the future? What part of the day do you like the most? Like they are those sample questions. They may or may not ask this question, but they are the sample questions. So, in giving the answer of part 1 questions, you may use this 6 answer giving technique. Also, you may give your own personal basis question answer, but if you are so poor in English speaking, then it's so much helpful to you give the answer and speak in length, having good grammar, having fluency, as well as coherence, pronunciation, all matters. So there are 6 techniques mainly. In the first, I am going to tell you about it depends technique. It is widely used technique. There is an example. What do you do in the weekends? Well, it depends really. If I am exhausted after working all week, I prefer to do something relaxing like chilling out on the sofa with a good book. But if I feel energetic, I would rather do something more exciting like go hiking or camping. In this answer, there is a bot which is connectives. Also increase your answer. You follow the it depends techniques. It's also a complex structure. Here are some of the vocabs like exhausted, energetic, and also vocabulary. If you use this type of technique, this will help in your grammar because you use different sentence structures, you speak at length, you use linking words like but, also you may use however. In this type of format, you must use if I am ... then I prefer to the something dot dot dot. But if I feel dot dot dot, I would rather to them like something like dot 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 dot. For example, another question is, what kind of food do you like? Well, it depends really. If I'm on go, I prefer fast foods such as momos. But if I'm free or at home, I would rather eat boiled vegetables because it's healthy. That's it. That's it. This is the best and simple way to give an answer. Another example is, when do you usually wake up in the morning? Well, it depends. If I am tired in the early day, I usually wake up late, maybe at 9 or 10 a.m. However, this is not the case always because I am kind of an early bird. I get up at 5 a.m. usually. So this technique used in every question. You must use different techniques in different and questions. And another technique is general technique. It's also named as general to specific techniques. Have a look the answer, sample answer. What kind of animal do you like? Well, in general, I would say I'm pretty fond of small animals. In particular, I'm really keen on rabbits and dogs, and I guess this is because they are good companion for me. In case of general technique, in first of the sentence you need to say in general best, and then in the next sentence you must emphasis on what you particularly like it. For example, in case of food, you may say, well, in general, I would say I'm pretty fond of Italian food. In particular, I'm really keen on pizza. Maybe because of all the cheese and tomatoes. In this answer, small animals is a general category. It's a general based, and in particular, it's a rabbit. It's a particular based question. If you are going to say about what kind of book do you like, so I give the answer like, well, in general, I would say I'm pretty fond of historical books. Historical book is a general category. In particular, I'm really keen on Indian history. Indian history is a particular book. So, and I guess this is because it contains lots of the historical moment. So if you use this type of sentence structure, it will help you in the lexical resources like you are using fond of, also really keen on, also you speak at length. In third of technique, it's also named as past technique. You may compare about your past and present. Have a look at example. What kind of food do you like? Actually, I used to eat Italian food, especially pizza, because I found it delicious and mouth-watering. However, at present I have switched to organic food since I am on a diet. I do not eat any sugar food. So in case of past technique, you may compare about your past. I used to eat Italian food. I used to eat Italian food in the past, especially pizza. I found it mouth-watering and delicious. So, and at present, I have switched to organic food since I am on a diet. I do not eat sugary food. In this technique, you use variety of tense. Also, speak at length, linking words. Linking words is a vital ingredients in your speaking. Another example is, what kind of animal do you like? Actually, I was fond of small animals like rabbit in my childhood because I had one in my house and I used to play with it. However, at present I don't have any such preferences. I have become allergic to animal skins. That's it. You may compare your past and your present. I used to do this in my childhood or in my past days, but at present I switch to this. I play this. I do this. Yeah, that's about all to this. In another technique, it's all about addition technique. You may add a uh, new idea in your answer. I have a look answer. What kind of food do you like? Well, I'm pretty fond of local Nepali food because that's organic. Apart from that, I also like to eat Italian food since it's tasty, and whenever I long for spicy food, I go for Korean. So in this answer, I'm pretty fond of Nepali food because they are organic. So in case of first sentence, it says I like Nepali food and give reason. In another sentence, apart from that, I also like it adds a new idea. I like Italian food is a new idea for this answer. So you may use a connector. You must use, not me. You must use a connector. Like apart from that, in addition, furthermore, moreover, like in this answer, I use. Apart from that, I also like to eat Italian food since it's tasty, and whenever I long for spicy food, I go for Korean. This technique use linking words. Also speak at length. It also help to develop your length in good way. So I'm going to tell you another example. Same in case of what kind of food do you like? Well, there are three kinds of food that I'm really keen on. The one I like best is local Nepali food because that's organic. I also really like to eat Italian food since it's tasty, and whenever I long for spicy food, I go for Korean. And there is, do you love to have pet? No, there are two reasons for that. The main reason is I am quite allergic to animal skin. Apart from that, I can't stand their smells. That's all about it. And it's all about the invisible white technique. This is used in every questions, in every part of in every technique that you use. In this why-based techniques, you must give the reason in your every question, every answer. Like I like to eat in Nepali food. Why you like the Nepali food? Because they are organic. In case of I like to read a historical book. Why you like to read a historical book? Because they contain several historical events or historical moments. So you must use, you must give the reason. You must give so that it will help to speak at length. Have a look example. What kind of music do you like? Well, I'm fond of Nepali rock music, and I listen to a lot of rock bands, especially Nepali. I feel quite active when I listen to those music. Apart from that, I also prefer peaceful classical music when I am tensed. And another question I like to say is, what kind of food do you like? Actually, I used to eat Italian food, especially pizza, because I found it delicious and mouth-watering. However, I have switched to organic food these days since I am on diet. So, you may use any sentence structure, but give reason, which will help to develop your answer incoherently. And the last technique is to be quite honest. It is also renamed as avoidance techniques. You need to avoid such type of answer like what kind of food do you like. To be quite honest, I don't really have favorite food. Yeah, you are going to avoid like I have no any favorite food. um, but if I had to choose one, that would be Italian food, because they are quite tasty. Apart from that, I also prefer Nepalese food. I believe they are quite organic. uh, this is my favorite techniques. I mostly use this type of techniques while giving the answer of in another example, when do you usually wake up in the morning? To be quite honest, I don't really have a fixed time to wake up, but if I had to choose one, that would be 6 a.m. because I had to work. However, I wake up at 10 a.m. on weekends. Like this. Yeah, another question is, what do you usually do at the weekends? To be quite upfront and honest are same. You may one answer upfront and another honest, as you wish. To be quite upfront, I don't really have a certain preferences, but if I had to choose an activity, that would be traveling. I usually go hiking on the weekends. It helps me to mingle with nature. If you use these techniques, this helps in your grammatical as well as lexical resource, coherence, also pronunciation matter. You use different sentence structure, also you use linking words, speak at length. This technique really help you to speak at length. Also these techniques give you opportunity to embed some of the linking words, like in this answer I use. Apart from that, also there is a because, also there is a but. There is lots of the linking words, which will definitely help you to get better when score in part 1 or better interaction with your examiner. That's all about it. So if you use this type of techniques in your speaking section, I definitely sure that you may do best in part 1. So if you do best in part 1, which will really help you to give good score in the section as well. So that's all about it.